Hey everyone, good afternoon, happy Saturday, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. Welcome along to the stream of the Amelia Earhart Memorial Flight. Looking to do around about the leg 20 and 21 today. It's going to be a strange flight, this one, because we go one place, then we try to go to another, and we have to backtrack. So, in following what she had to do, we are, as much as possible, we're going to backtrack. So today we're going to be taking off around about 5 o'clock in the morning here from Calcutta. The weather I've set to big and bold. It's approximately just before 5 a.m. We're going to be flying around 3,500 feet today. Her diaries are quite hard to follow for this particular leg, and we're going to be heading down to what was Akyab back in the day, which is now Sitwe in Burma. The weather's going to be big and bold until we get there, and then shortly after we leave from Akyab, after our first stop, it's going to belt it down with rain. So we're going to change into tropical storms, and we're going to fly for about an hour or so before we're beaten back, and we have to fly back towards Akyab around about 1,000 to 1,500 feet over the sea because the weather was so bad. So before we get going, there's a grand few of you already in here this afternoon. So we've got Botip. Hello. Right on time. That's something. Welcome, Botip. How are you doing? I hope you've had a great weekend. Rad Pilot Randy's in the house. Good morning, Rad Pilot Randy, and he said hello to the Fireflies. Bort Panda is here, my air crew for the afternoon. Kazaki Flyer, my friend, how are you doing? I hope you're having a great day and you've had a good week. Who else? Captain Arash, one of my new VIPs. Obviously, Captain Arash and I've been following him for so long now, and thought it was worthwhile giving him a VIP. Aditya, who was our tour guide last week, good day to you. I hope you're doing well, and it's probably very late where you are, but we're in your part of the world again. Draco, hello, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, my friend. We have Chernacril, hello, how you doing? Good to see you again. Surrey Flyer is in the house. Surrey Flyer, I hope you're having a good day too. My wingman Dangerous Brian is here. He's right alongside me at the moment. I'm seeing him in a not a Mooney, so wonder what he's flying today. Who have we got? Who else? Hopping Orange is in. Hello, Hopping Orange. Nice to see you. Goblin is here. Goblin Druid Zeus. Hello. Oh God, so many people. Jay Winnicker. Good morning. It's well early for you, but East Coast. Just gone 9 a.m. in the morning. I hope you're doing good. And yes, she's still not translated that cookie recipe. I have to get the whip out. Oh, it's a Mooney with my skin. Well, do you know, I can't see you. I can see Rad Pilot Randy in it as well, but you look like a bonanza. How weird. I see Rob MCR in it as well. How bizarre. This I tell you what, whatever they did with the liveries and everything, they've really messed everything up. Had a bumpy flight with Captain Rush, almost crashed early for me, heading to a WW2 reenactment this morning. Oh, fantastic. Well, I hope you have a great day, Jay Winnicker. That sounds like a lot of fun. Get some pictures and share them with us. That'd be fantastic. Cool. So we're going to be leaving runway 19 left today, which means we're going to be heading off down through taxiway A, Alpha to Bravo, Bravo to Alpha, Alpha, then backtrack around 19L, and then we'll turn around and lease out. Greensmore one, did you hear about the Colorado air collision? Yes, I did. And that was crazy. So I can't remember the aircrafts involved, but one looked like an SR-22, and the other one was it was a green aircraft. I can't remember what it was now. But yes, they collided trying to on approach to landing. The SR-22 or similar parachuted to the ground, so the aircraft was down. And a green turboprop. That's right. But the turboprop carried on and landed. But when you look like it literally, you could see where the SR-22 had gone straight through the upper part of the fuselage. How it stayed together, I don't know. But everyone walked away from that incident uninjured. But what it goes to show you is that they were all under ATC control. That even though you're under ATC control, it's down to you to watch out for traffic. The ATC was, I mean, the pilot of the green turboprop. I mean, it was like nothing had happened. So calm, so calm. Yeah, he was already fine. If the turboprop had to make a turn, it might have been different. Yeah, crazy. But I'm glad that they were able to walk away from it safely, which is the big thing, right? I mean, you know, yes, they both look like write-offs, those aircraft, but it is a miracle that people walked away from that. I mean, they're a godsend, those parachutes, but not every GA aircraft has them. So let's get ready to take offy then. So what's the time now? It's around just before 5 o'clock. Yeah, just before 5. That's close enough. Beacon light can come on. Mixture and throttle can come forwards. My tanks should be on the full tank already, but yep. So clear prop, and then let's around to about 1,000. Let everything come up to speed. Alternators can come on now. Taxi lights, nav lights, avionics can come on. Make sure the starter's in there. Shouldn't need the anti-ice, but I'm going to turn her on because she's going to bitch at me if I don't. So we're going to aim at 3,500 feet today. Akyab's airport's about 39 feet elevation, so it's very low. So we'll come in over the sea. Change that to that. And we're going to go out taxiway 19 left. So let's get the transponders on, even though they didn't have them in the day, but let's have them on anyway. Change ourselves to VLOC. Just check my elevators are in the right place. My flaps are up. My controls are clear and free. Okay, we're all good. So we are going to go 19 left, so I'll do a quick little turnaround here and make sure I don't bump into Brian. So just move a little bit forward, test my brakes. There is brakes with pressure, and then we can do some differential braking to turn on the spot. And there's Red Pirate Blandy there, so I'm just going to scoot down here to taxiway Alpha. And then we're going to scoot down to a Bravo, cross Alpha. Just trying to remember where everything is now. I do want to go where those nice blue lights are. Keep my eyes on the traffic ahead of me. There's an aircraft there. Let's hope everything behaves itself today. So we're just going to pass Charlie here on the right, then Echo, then it's Bravo, then we'll cross across Bravo, along the runway to Alpha, across Alpha, up 19 left, and we'll backtrack. Taxiways don't go all the way to the end of runway 19. So there's Echo coming up here on the right. Okay, so we want to hold short and then cross runway 19 right, then cross 19 left, backtrack down 19 left. Suddenly wanted chocolate cake, got distracted. Everyone gets distracted by chocolate cake, book. I'm hoping there's a Bravo just up here. Yes, there is. So I'm going to go across Bravo, hold short of the runway, cross, come along the runway, and then over onto Alpha, then onto 19 left. So just make sure there is no one taking off. Coming in, good. Across Alpha, but taxi notes say Alpha Bravo. Okay, so there's Alpha. Gonna squeeze past Hopping Orange, and then we'll backtrack down 19 left. Small one coming through, avoiding everything. Try not to crash into too many things. And we'll scoot down 19 left, do a UE, and then we will be ready to go. So backtrack down. Do you know one thing I forgot to do when I started up my game? I didn't set my fuel. All my weights. It's better. If the SR22 was a bit lower, it could have cut the tail. Yeah. I mean, it was very close. Did you see the pictures? Let's go. Dum Dum Airport departure, Aditya. You're very welcome, Viper Strike. I'm glad I helped you, and I'm looking forward to your series tomorrow. I shall hopefully get to fly along with you. So tomorrow afternoon, Viper Strike's starting his stream series, where he's flying around the United States, visiting cities with baseball and talking about baseball history. Kian Lafford is in the house. Kian, it's your big day, right? It's Eurovision Day. Am I right? Probably wrong. If I had to guess, it's kind of back to lack of awareness or oversaturation on the SR22's part. It was somebody's fault. I'm sure the... is it 3 days? Is it not quite 3 days? Is it in the week then? Is it not a weekend anymore? Wow. Who knew? I thought Eurovision was always on a weekend. Let's turn her around then. So the route today, Papa Joe B, it's a strange one. So we're going from Calcutta to Akyab or Sitwe, and then from Sitwe we're going to head down towards Yangon for about an hour or so, and then sadly we're going to be beaten back. So we're going to have to turn back, and we're going to come in about 1,500 feet over the sea, out over the ocean. So if you've downloaded my route map, that's what we're doing today. Is a strange one. I'm trying to get it as close as I can to weather, but she didn't write very much other than what I'll read out as we get going. So semi-finals always on weekdays, Tuesdays and Sunday. Oh right.
Sure.
Excuse yappy dog across road. Yappy dog is yappy dog. As I say, it's a strange one. We've got about an hour or so in the air. For the first leg, I guess we are about 1 hour 41 minutes to Akyab, and then it's another 2 hours, sort of basically an hour down and then out over the sea and back down to Akyab. And then on Monday evening, I'm going to do an extra stream for about an hour and a half where we'll fly from Akyab to Rangoon. And then next Saturday, we will do Rangoon all the way down to Singapore. So we're getting closer and closer. And whilst we're in Java and that area, we do a couple of backs-to-backs, which will sort of go one place, come back, go back, and go forward. So it's a little bit back and forward, but I am trying to recreate all the flying she did so that we sort of approximate what she was doing. So I will change my tank to right tank, as that is now my fullest tank. Landing lights are on, nav lights are on, strobe lights are on, and that annoying ice cream van. It's the most out of tune thing ever. Right then, so we'll get up in the air. We're going to around 3,500 feet. So we'll circle and make sure that everyone. Oh, Kasaki's coming down, so I'll just sit and wait for the moment and just tweak my time. So we're just around 5 o'clock again. So dawn was 5 a.m. There we go. The dog is a yappy, fuzzy metronome. He certainly is. There was a rental from a local school. There's no indication whether the PIC was a student or the instructor or unrelated to flight training at all. We're just two independent pilots. Yeah. There's not very much. I mean, it's so new, isn't it? The accident, that we've not really found out what the state of play is with that. I'm going to do one stage. You shouldn't need it, but I'll do one stage for good practice. It's a long runway, right? Shouldn't really need it. I mean, we're powerful. Seems a bit laggy. My hopefully this is not. I think it's because we've got an airliner above us. Name of the airport is SC Bose Airport. SC Bose Airport. Freedom fighter who lived in Calcutta. Important points about SC Bose will be there from here to Singapore. Cool. Okay, so let's start a rollout. Speed is alive. Trying to keep that. Still, my pedals are still not brilliant. Overtaken by Dangerous Brian. Ooh, wind. Ailerons out. Okay. Ooh, bit of windy. Okay, so positive rate. Let's get those up. So trim that nose. Don't want to go more than 1,000. Try and keep straight with airport runway. And flaps can come up any moment now. Over 300 feet, gear flaps can come up. Let's trim the nose again. Keep it around about 1,000 feet. Try and, as we take our turn out, we'll do a left-hand turn. Come on. Trim down. Just pull the power just a little bit so we're just not over throttling her. Going to turn around, turn to 090. She's bumpy. Very bumpy. 2 gallons till we change tank. Yeah, I've got some turbulence, yeah. It's to be expected. Yeah, she's bumpy, isn't she? Bumpy takeout today. Let's tip down to 90. Okay. Come on. It's hard. It's quite hard to trim her at the minute because the turbulence is quite hard. But arms off. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, so who's up and behind us? Looks like nearly everyone's away. So make sure I'm not. Now we'll turn round to 0 degrees. 360, depending on how you play. Let's keep that nose trimmed up. So we're climbing turn. Getting ready to start leaning my mixture as we go. Trying to keep that nice and coordinated. Try and keep the ball into the center. Nose. And then start to roll out. A little bit early on the rollout. Trim, pitch, attitude and trim. Just a little bit of pressure on the nose, so trim down. Sky is beautiful, isn't it? We're doing it's a big and Weather Preset Pro, big and bold by. All right, now I need to level out. So, come on, no! Stop playing sillies. Yeah. Come on. Trimmy. There's Papa Joe B on the ground there, so we'll do one more circuit round. Oh well, a circuit to the left and then we'll get back on course. So we will change to 270. Oh, it's bumpy. Oof. Got a tailwind on us as well at the moment, which means we're going to have a nice headwind all the way down. Hey Super Typhon, how you doing? You having a good week? Have you had a good week? FPS taking a small hit night with all the lightning and whatnot, yeah. Hey Goblin, yes, just taken off. We're literally just, there's the airport right there. So we're crossing over the end of the runway now, and then we're going to get on track any moment now. So once we've cleared near the river, we will get on track. So we're going to be doing about, as I say, we're going to be doing 3,500 feet today, all the way to Akyab. 45 change tanks. the RPM down now to cruise. Okay, no worries. No, my 19th leg isn't. I'm fighting with Twitch because they muted a portion of the stream. They claimed it was a song that it wasn't. It's only about 2.5 minutes, but there's a gap in the middle of it. So if I export it, it's gonna have a gap. So obviously all my music is acquired under license. I wouldn't be playing anything that's not licensed. So I'm just waiting for it to run its course. Okay, so here's the river now. So we will get on to course. And now we're away. We can get outside and have a look at what's going on. And see who we've got today. So we've got Kazaki, Rad Pilot Randy, Evac 19698, Draco Core, Rob MCR, XBMS Smirky, Papa Joe B, Dangerous Brian, Hopping Orange, Druid Zeus, Searing Lamb. Hey guys, thank you for coming along today. And here we go, just heading on out of India. Whoa, it's a bumpy. Going to be a grand looking sunrise. Well, I've had the week that weeks are meant to not have. It was awful. So watched Murph's stream I flew on Murph's stream last night around New Zealand, which was fun. I was so tired. I sort of got to Queenstown and I thought, oh, I can't do any more. And then I sit and watch, and the next thing, my head's like gone. And then I woke up to watch the Final Fantasy XIV fan festival that started at 2 a.m. And I think I got as far. I watched the opening cinematic. Heard about the new job, heard about the new city, heard a little bit extra, and then that was it until 6 o'clock. I just completely passed out. So the river through is the Hughley River. It's an iconic bridge called the Howrah, which is probably the longest, largest bridge without nuts and screws. What's it made of, Aditya? Welcome to bumpiness. Made out of metal. How's it all hang together then? Made by the Britishers in 1943. Wow. And it's still standing. Wow. Here comes Searing Lamb. And also the trams are still running. Wow. Yeah, the Amelia was saying that India was, after Africa, India was incredibly civilized in terms of infrastructure, mainly because of the influence of the British. Railways, rivers, towns, roads, which was quite impressive, considering the lack of it across Africa. 46, 45. No nuts and screws, but billions of bolts. By 1937, approximately 100 years under the British Crown. Yeah. So when Amelia was there, I think the population of Calcutta was around about 1 million, but was ruled by a mere 10,000 people, which is crazy when you think about it. The lives of over, just lives of people, influenced by so few. I mean, do you know what? It's very much the same today, isn't it? That the top 1% rule everything, but it's crazy it's not changed in all these years. Crikey, it's crazy, it's bouncy. It's Africa, Caribbean, Fiji, South Africa, Mauritius for all the work and business. Yeah. $46.45. So we're doing about 155, 156, 167 over the ground. But it's very bouncy today. And Calcutta was the capital of British India, yeah. Hope Fred's alright in the back, bouncing around. So if you do have Weather Preset Pro and you've got tropical storms, just to let you know, the average monsoon speed is around about 30 miles an hour. I've just been researching what the average is, because she didn't write how, what sort of weather they had. So I'm going to take an average, which is around about a 26 knot wind. He definitely needs a pillow. Is the sound okay, guys? Is the music too loud? Thank you, Hopping Orange. Cool. Oh my word. So my first ever flight in an aircraft had winds of 35 knots. The pilot wasn't going to take me up, but I said, look, if I'm going to do this, then I want to experience it when it's really, 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 really bad. And so he took me up anyway, and we spent about 45 minutes in the air. But it was like this. It was pretty bumpy. Sound is good. Trying to get my sim sound under control with the Mooney. Not so good, lol. The Mooney's quite a loud aircraft though, right? So 45 and 45 change tanks. Thanks guys. Going some added chair sound is good. Cool. So we've got about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes ish to Sitwe, or Akyab, but it's Sitwe now. We are going to go in I think it's runway 11. I think I've already picked it. 11 left. Did you get a sound alert? See, I can't hear them, and I had turned them off again because I hadn't had time to play with them this week. And I will be doing the weightlifting, but at the moment I haven't got any room really to do them. But I will do next stream. I will have it sorted. My weights are very big, so I will join in with Murph and Colonel Falk. Entering the words largest delta, all greenery below will be mangrove forest and of the Royal Bengal tiger. How cool. Look at that. That is nice. Isn't that lovely? And just how the dark clouds have such an impact on the ground. Adicho, I think, given there's so much water around here, in this sort of area, is it likely to have rice growing? By the time you catch VOR for Akyab, the land will remain as flat. Yeah, I hear it's pretty flat. But would this have rice growing areas with all this water around? Because you know, it's probably one of the wettest professions in the world, right? Rice growing. Rice and jute are very common. Cool. So I hurt my elbow when I was doing weightlifting. I lost 42 kilos in just under a year. I do need to get back to the gym, but this lasted pandemics, I've not been safe to go. So, but I need to go because I've got to lose a lot more weight again because it's all come back on my tummy. But I was lifting and doing so much that I got golfer's elbow, which meant I couldn't lift and actually even doing things like leg press where you have to hold on to the handles to stop the thing slamming down on you. I couldn't grip that either. So for about a year I couldn't do any weightlifting. And now I can't really do bicep curls the normal way. I can actually only do them hammer curls because the tendon's so... I can do them, but I have to do hammer curls. But I've got these two big seat handles here. You can't really see them, but sort of just in the way where you want to get them down. Tiago 683838. Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a good day. We've just taken off from Calcutta, which was Dum Dum Airport back in 1937, and we're headed towards Akyab, which is now Sitwe in Burma. It's a bit bouncy, and we're coming out over the most deltourous land in India. Yeah. Yeah, so I've lowered the weights all the way down now, so... Yeah, so we used to do 10 low, 8 medium, and then as many as you could do heavy. But now I have to take it all the way down. Rifle PT. I can't remember what they call it now, but yeah. $45, $44. We're all good on the tanks. Thank you, Sperry. Oh, except Sperrybot's died and it's now gone to Streamlabs. Never mind. No, it was more like a high intensity weightlifting. Considering once upon a time I was really unfit. I got really fit, and now I'm not so fit again, but I need to get back to it. Oh, there's the Dangerous Brian. I imagine that's speed breakage. And there's Evac on my wing. Dangerous Brian on my wing. Hey Jefferson. Good, we've just got underway. We've got an hour and a half until we get to Akyab. It's very choppy. When we leave Akyab, we're going to have about an hour or so, nearly 2 hours worth of monsoon weather. So it's going to be pretty horrible, and we are going to get forced to go back to Akyab. So, and then on Monday evening we will fly from Akyab to Rangoon, which is now Yangon in Burma. So it'll be an hour and a half flight on Monday evening. I bet you don't evac. My first PT that I took when I was really bad, he was a decorated Royal Commando, so he wouldn't take my crap. Basically, I'm quite a stubborn, strong-willed person, and I needed someone to be able to not take anything. So Sick bags at the ready. Yeah, Fred's looking a bit green in the back there. Dangerous Brian's out there on the right as we go across there. The Seneca is really nice. Now, if the Seneca had been out when we started this, I could have taken the Seneca, because it would have been twin engine and it would have been around the sort of same sort of speed. But I'm quite happy with the Mooney. But it would have been nice to have a twin. But I flew the Seneca the other night in New Zealand. Oh, it's lovely. It's so easy to trim out. It's just not, well, I mean, I do think that the Bravo helps me trim a lot better than I used to be able to with the horn trim. Look at this ground though, guys. Look. So many people flying along again. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Seneca's nice. I mean, I do have the other Coronado trainer. Which one's that? Seminole. And it's good for a trainer, but it's, yeah, the Seneca is very, very nice indeed. Oof. It's a bumpy. Playing football with my rudder. Make sure I'm not trying to keep that as straight as impossible. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't in the game, was it? So your hometown has 6 Seminoles. The Seminole's a nice aircraft, but the Seneca, just nice. Nice amount of power. Flies really nicely. Thank you, Red Planet Randy. I love having you guys here. Yeah. I mean, Av Angel quite likes it, the Islander, because she's flown them in real life. It just looks a little unpolished still. And it's by the same people that did the L19, and I know that people like it. But when that first came out, it was ridiculed, wasn't it? Even on floats, it would crash in the water and stuff. There's my wingman out there, Dangerous Brian. Oof. I'll try and keep us from not wobbling around too much, but yeah, so I guess what's my wind doing up here? Don't know why, but big and bold always goes a bit wonky for me. I guess it's the volume of gusts. But it's only 1 per minute. I don't know what it does, but anyway, it's fine. Now we're into present day Bangladesh. Amelia wrote, when we reached the airport at dawn, the rains had soaked it. The ground was thoroughly wet and was even precarious for takeoff. But meteorologists advised that more rain was coming and that we could probably dodge the intermittent deluges. But that if we remained at the field, it might become waterlogged beyond use. She said that the takeoff was probably the riskiest they'd had. The plane clung onto the soil, the heavy, sticky soil, a long time, and they cleared the trees at the airport with very little to spare. Then they flew through grey clouds with clouds that lowered at us as we passed the many mouths of the Ganges and Brahmapura rivers. Much of the way from Calcutta to Akyab, we flew low over endless paddies. Akyab. Oh, we'll talk about Akyab when we get there. But here we go. Absolutely. By the way, I end up It won't change till Chittagong, no. By the way, I ended up with use my keyboard to program the fuel selector as 27 G keys, so those I created 4 macros. Off, center, left and right. Ah, I might be able to do that with mine. Thanks, Captain Arash, that's really useful. Still amazing. Oh, we're all together. Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful. It's still amazing. You can fly anywhere in the world. Stocks in, worldwide, and it looks awesome. Yeah. I mean, even last night when Murph was showing the New Zealand mesh, I didn't really notice that much difference from the stock. You know, and I've been to New Zealand and you know, lived in New Zealand for a few years. So, you know, spent quite a lot of time down in South Island. Hey Foxtrot, isn't it a beautiful, beautiful morning here? The sunrise was great, and we're now just crossing over Bangladesh, heading towards the sea, which we will cross out over on our way to Akyab, which is now modern-day Sittwe in Burma. And we're going to have some pretty horrible weather for about nearly 2 hours once we leave Akyab. So it's not going to be very scenic, I'm afraid, but we're going to do what she flew through. Yeah, New Zealand. Beautiful country. If you've ever get the opportunity to go there and you've not been there before, my microphone's a bit low. Okay. Any better? Is that better? 99 hour night Zep? Cool. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Everything's still on the green. Red blues are in the way I need them to be right now. Oil temps, oil pressures, manifolds, cylinder heat temperatures, exhaust gas, all good. Fuel flow is nice. Hanging on to my every word. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm just yakking away with you. Captain Butters, hello. Paper baggage needed. Yeah, absolutely. Trey windy. Takeoff was interesting. It was much more. There was much more. It's very hard to tell because sometimes the Weather Preset Pro for big and bold just makes the windsock move almost in circles, so you're not quite sure which way the wind's going, and it was a little bit sort of off center as we took off, and had to get the ailerons into that wind. But once we were away, we had it was okay. But now it's very bumpy as we cross over the deltas and the mangroves of Bangladesh, with all the fireflies flying along. Oh, we've got someone else now. Ellie Marasco, welcome. An FS buddy of mine lives just outside of Christchurch. Christchurch, I mean, yeah, Christchurch is nice. I mean, I've not been there since the big earthquake that damaged quite a lot of it. But the company that owned the company I worked for spent a lot of time. They've been rebuilding the city. Wolf, come on. Come on. Shoni Gaming's in the house. Shoni Gaming, hello. Thank you so much for your follow in the week. And oh, and you just subscribed. Hello. Thank you so much, my friend. How are you doing? Thank you for popping along and subscribing. You've caught us on leg 20 of the Amelia Earhart. We're on leg 20, just going across Bangladesh, having left Calcutta. We've got about 1 hour 30 till we get to Akyab, where we will refuel and then head out towards Rangoon. But we're not going to make Rangoon today. Hey, no problem at all. No, that you're here is good enough. You know, if people follow, they follow. But thank you so much. We're bumping around in the wind. We're going to be into monsoons once we get through Akyab, which is going to be really horrible. Surrounded by the flying circus as we head out. We're flying around 3,500 feet, which is because we're trying to dodge the monsoons. 2 gallons till we change tanks. But crikey, it's bumpy. The landing is going to be it's going to be fun. I don't know why my shout outs aren't working. But if you ever get to watch Shoni Gaming, pop over and give him a follow. I watch occasionally when I can. Hello, Welly Shark. Good afternoon to you. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. How's the flight going? It's bumpy, but going okay so far. T-Bone 420, welcome. Yeah, so we're using the SoFly Weather Preset Pro, big and bold today. And they just look outstanding, don't they? When they close in on us, it'll be something else. Oh, you're in sunny Hertfordshire. Well, I'm up in sunny Tyne and Weir, except it's not sunny up here. It's pretty grey and dismal today. Thank you, Streamlabs. 1 gallon till change tanks. Everything's all in the green, but we're going to be heading out across the sea shortly. Ah, nice, Brian. You're down in Hertfordshire too. Megalodon RAF base outside of Rangoon is the only place I've heard of, thanks to the ABG. Nice one. Each time I fly, watching you and other streamers, you know, it has its moments. And if you're still listening, Microsoft, AMD optimization, please. Oh, I don't do the sippage, but I will have. I don't drink very much during the day, so I will have a Ribena. Thank you, Smurfy. God, I'd be lethal if I had a drink. I am such a lightweight, so I tend not to have very much. Tarnish Mossman, hello. Yeah, it's bumpy. Hydration is definitely key. It's nice and sunny here in North Idaho. It's supposed to be about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Very nice. We're meant to get, it's meant to get hot next week for us too, apparently. Oh, I will ask Bort Panda to bring up the weights in a bit, and perhaps I'll try and do some side curls without smashing the place to pieces. I'm in a little cubby hole. Nightsep, I don't. I absolutely don't have crazy wind settings. Look. So, cloudage, windage. That's not crazy, is it? That's low. I mean, I just took what it gave me. You take care, Babajubi. We'll see you soon. And thank you for popping along. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And you take care and have a good rest of your weekend. My gust settings are different, yeah. And smooth sailing. Well, you know, I think it does sometimes randomize what you get, so I always have craziness on big and bold for some unknown reason. But that's okay, because it was bumpy for her too. Yeah, that would be really good, Captain Butters. Do you not stream on Twitch? Because my flight today is not very long, so I should be done around 5:30, 6-ish. I'll say 6:30 to be the latest. Then we could all come along and watch. Give you a follow. But yeah, if you want to do it on Discord, I'll happily come and watch. I haven't flown the CRJ, don't have it, but it'd be good to see someone who can fly it. Okay, 40 change tanks. No, Dangerous Brian, I don't. Well, thank you for the follow, Welly Shark. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And welcome along to our crazy flight crew. You can catch us all over on... whilst I have my own Discord, I don't use it other than promoting the streams that we've got. You can find us over on Two Tone Murphy's Discord, where I'm a proud member of the community there and a member of the Fireflies, where we fly Monday, Wednesday, Fridays with Two Tone Murphy, and we fly on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and normally on Sundays with Colonel Fork and myself on Saturday. And now we've got Vibe Strike going to be doing stuff on Sunday afternoons. So there's tons of us over there. You know, come along, join us, chat with us if you need help, whatever. Loads of people can give it to you. And everyone tries their best to look out for each other. It's really great over there. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'll join you then, Captain Butters. Yeah, just... that'd be good. Oh, sorry, Draco. We've got, yeah, Ocean. So we're just about to leave India now and Bangladesh. It's only a couple of weeks ago and we were in Africa. So the route today is obviously from Calcutta, and now we're just leaving the coastline now as we head down towards Sitwe or Akyab, and then we'll fly towards Rangoon, where we'll get beaten back by the rain fly out over the ocean around about 1,500 feet in the monsoon, so it's going to be pretty horrible. Sadly, not much to see other than rain. I love reading about Emma in your streams. So just reading about her alternate death theories. Castaway Japanese prisoners all running out of fuel and crashing. English Sanchez, welcome along. Yes, so many theories. I hold with number 3. I believe they ran out of fuel. I believe they weren't where they thought they were, and they were running a north-south parallel that was not near the island. They'd had several mishaps with navigation during the flight. You know, they missed their destination in Africa. We're going to miss our destination on a couple of flights through Indonesia. Somehow they got back to Akyab through this monsoon that we're going to fly into. But yeah, her alternate death theory is that cast away on the island. Oh, sorry, map is still up. Thank you, Brian. Good afternoon, Mechanical Madness UK. How are you doing? The picture that was supposedly of her when she was captured by the Japanese was in a different book some 10 or so years earlier. So that was rapidly debunked. But yeah, I don't until they find her aircraft, I don't think we'll ever truly know what happened to her. I'm hoping that the more advances we get with AI, she believes she was killed by singing coconut crabs. Thank you for the follow, Katie. Katie's Signilzel. Thank you. I can't. I'll put my teeth back in. The crabs did it. So yeah. I think AI might solve the mystery one day. But, you know, the largest search in US maritime history back in the day didn't find it. Ballard didn't find her. Do you like the Airbus A320neo? So, it's not that I don't like it, but I'm a GA aircraft pilot, so never really had an experience of flying jets. Maybe one day I'll work up to it, but right now I'm enjoying the GA aircrafts, and I'm going to be trying to recreate some sort of aviation history flights. So after I've done my Amelia Earhart flight all the way back to San Francisco, I'm going to reenact the flight by Amy Johnson, who was the first woman to fly solo from London to Australia. Do I love this new sim? I like it, and at times it makes me incredibly crazy with some of its foibles in terms of instability, especially around AMD systems. So, but it's beautiful. As a GA pilot, it's the best we've got. You can literally, you know, navigate by railroads, by rivers, by roads. Visual reference points are in there. So, for me, I love it because it allows me to do GA flying, and experience the world at low level. They still haven't found Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, even with all the text available. Imagine, yeah, exactly. So I have tried fly. I used to fly X-Plane 11, and I did have quite a lot of X-Ortho, but it required a ton of disk space. Didn't fly for a while. Then Microsoft Flight Sim came back out and got me back into it. And I'm a bit spoiled now because I got a little bit upset with Microsoft Flight Sim the other week when it was crashing all the time, and I did try to go back to X-Plane, and so I know that its flight models and its airliner flying is way better, but I'd have to have so much more. I'd have to go into reload a whole ton of sceneries and try and bring it up to date, which I don't have to do with Microsoft Flight Sim. So never flown P3D, but I have flown and played a lot of the earlier Microsoft Flight Sims all the way back from version 1, because I'm ancient. You know, I'm a 1960s baby, so grew up with computers and flight sims through the early days. But I do like Microsoft Flight Sim, and the thing I really like about Microsoft Flight Sim is the fact that I can fly with my friends, and I can fly with my friends wherever they are in the world. And like today, you know, I'm surrounded by the flying circus. You know, I'm not alone while I'm playing, but I'm hoping that X-Plane 12 comes out with advances. There's talk that they're not going to do the same sort of detail symmetry that's about. But let's be honest, the more competition there is in the market, the better it is for every one of us that play flight sim. Because one person will take a step forward and the others will have to compete. So I think, you know, one way or another, we are going to win. And Microsoft Flight Sim is a really good start. It's got a long way to go. It's not a year old yet. I'm sure that they will get there. So I understand X-Plane 12 is in the works, but there's very little at the moment as to what that might look like. But I don't think it's going to have the level of photogrammetry that we have in this. But I could be wrong, and I will hold my hands up and stand corrected. No, I'm not a game reviewer. I'm a player. So, but what I really want is I want an Electra for Microsoft Flight Sim. And then I will have to fly this the hard way and do it all again. But I would do it in an instant. Because the Electra is a crazy aircraft. Look at the beauty of that. First, all metal aircraft. Wasp engines. 1,151 gallons of fuel. Yeah, I think we'll all be winners if it's good. Yeah, there's a way to go. You know, for the airline, you know, the flights, you know, the airports need to be more alive. Okay, Ebac, you take care. Have a great day with your family, and we will see you soon. So take care. Thank you for flying along this morning. It's really great of you to do so. Thank you. I do airfix. Wow, God, it's a long time. I used to do airfix back in the day. Wasn't very good at them. Glue everywhere. It would be good to see ferry ranges. The DA42, 2000 airmen, one round flight. Yeah. I mean, obviously, when we do it's just so lovely, isn't it, the Electra? And I know you've seen the cockpit, but look at the beauty of it. I mean, it's just, you know, I love steam gauges. I absolutely adore them. Yeah. I know I call them steam gauges. I know they're analog gauges, but I still call them steam gauges. And this one's a modified one, but this is the one. I would be over the moon. I've reached out to several of the sim manufacturers that have done the Electra in other versions and asked if they are considering doing it, and none of them have said no, but they've said that never say never. So, but right now, no. See, Just Flight did one. Just Flight did an Electra. There is one in FSX that you can import into Flight Sim 2020, but the propellers don't spin, and that's a bit immersion off-putting for me. Obviously the Mooney did the 2017 80th anniversary flight, so at least there's some comparison to we're doing a flight that the Mooney did do, even if it's not an Electra. But I'd love to fly Electra. And of course the big one I'm waiting for this year, Q3, Q4, is the Lockheed Vega 5B, which is famous for Amelia Earhart. Well, there's quite a few people actually. Howard Hughes flew the Vega 5B transcontinental, first person to fly the Vega 5B transcontinental, and then Amelia Earhart did it a few days later. But she was the first one. It was her aircraft that she flew across the transatlantic. So definitely going to fly that. That's going to be hard work. And then we'll do the transcontinentals, the Grand Circle navigations, east-west, west-east, and then her historic flights from Honolulu to California, and then from California all the way down through Mexico. So I'm definitely going to do a Vega 5B series. Oh, it's a very hard question for me to answer, Dino Dodds. I only have the keyboard and mouse, and the game is very sluggish to respond to the keyboard. Any tips? Sadly, I'm not really in the place to answer, as I'm using honeycomb yokes, Bravo throttles, rudder pedals. I only use my keyboard for typing commands and things at the moment. Does anyone else use keyboards? I don't really know what to say to you. I wish I could help. But you could pop over to Two-Tone Murphy's Discord. And on Two-Tone Murphy's Discord, people might be able to advise. Lots of people out there that could be able to help you. Sadly, I'm not one of them because I can't do it. I'm too used to flying with the real tools. But yeah, pop on. We have a flight school. We have a hardware section, flight sim section. Good afternoon, Kingsman. How are you doing? Good afternoon, and hello to you in the pool. How are you doing out there? 43 and 40, 3 gallons till change tank. We're now over the sea, but we're dotted with the islands that Amelia wrote in her diary about. And the clouds are coming on down towards us again. I'm good. I'm very tired, believe it or not. I mean, I probably don't look it, but I was up crazy late. Had a sleep. But I will probably have a nana nap in a little bit later, I must confess. Surrounded by the fireflies as we head towards Akyab and Sitway. Look at the clouds now. Oof, look at the difference though as we're coming into the darkness now. Beautiful. I mean, I know it's grey and not very much scenery, but those clouds. And if you're interested in the livery and you fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator and have a Mooney, you can get this Electra-inspired Mooney for free over on twotonemurphy.com/downloads, where it's available. It was made especially for this series of streams by Gibbo Ireland, who's an admin and mod over on Two-Tone Murphy's flying community, and it's just lovely. So if you do have it, grab yourself a copy because it just looks beautiful. Yeah, the moon is beautiful. So about 57 to about 60 minutes odd out from Akyab. We're going to be coming in on runway 11. Runway elevation, airport elevation's around about 39 feet. I'm hoping that the clouds won't be too low to ruin the sight of the pagodas as we come in. So Akyab, or Sitway in Burma, is famous for its golden pagodas. I've not been there yet, so all of these flights that we're doing here, the only place on this journey I've actually landed in advance of is Howland Island. Just to see the new scenery that was done for us by the one and only Jefferson 2001, which you can also download over on Two-Tone Murphy's Discord in my live stream channel, which you can put into the game. and it gives you a flight point and everything else. Shony Gaming, I have to head off again. Have a wonderful flight. We'll definitely humble apologies. I haven't done so before. You take care, and no worries about the shame. Thank you for coming in, Shony Gaming, and I will catch you during your next week's streams. So you take care and speak. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. See you soon. Ta-ra. Oh, are you okay, Brian? Are you back with us?
I don't have an answer.
Look at that. Welcome back, Brian. And I know that you can make, I mean, Ailerons Into the Wind, his X-Plane looks fabulous. He does have a ton of ortho scenery, and the weather, he's, you know, and it does look as good, but you'd need tons of disk space. I can't remember how much he has now, but he's got tons. So that's how I did try X-Plane the other week, and it's like, even flying around in Newcastle, it wasn't quite like Newcastle. Oh, this is so bumpy. Poor old Fred. Cookie recipe update. It has been translated and sent to Alison to edit if needed. Thank you, Bork. I will certainly put that on there. So hopefully when we get there we'll see this, but I don't know. I don't know what's in the sim. I don't know if it's in the photogrammetry or anything. But Akyab is a picturesque place from the air. 2 pagodas covered with gold leaves stand out. The airport is a port of call for most pilots passing this way. It has 2 runways and a large hangar. Doesn't have 2 runways in modern day. It was regular stops for Air France, Imperial Airways and Air France, and KLM, the Dutch line, when necessary to refuel on account of weather. So I'm hoping we'll see the pagodas, but I have no idea. Would be good if we do. Vulcan. Draco, is it Vulcan? I think explain that one of the updates was Vulcan. $40 and $41. 41 gallon till change tanks. Everything's still all in the green. I've still got it. I've still got Explain on the computer. I'll probably give it some goes. I was amazed back to FS9 was 1.6 gig inside. I mean, it's crazy these days how, you know. Do you remember when like Microsoft Office came on like 50 floppy disks? And all the MSDN folders with all the disks in, you had to fold out to try and find all the software you wanted. Whereas now it's all just download online and enter a key. I did have and I still do have quite a lot of planes for Flight Sim. LX Pen 11. One of my favourite was the Arabesque. Yeah, a portfolio made of discs. Yeah, and then later on it became a portfolio of CDs. And then a portfolio of DVDs, and then it was online. Hopping Orange, Dangerous Brian, Draco Core, Tarnish, Goblin Druid Zeus, Botit, XPMF Smurfy, Count Zeppelin, Naughty Zepp, Kozaki Flyer, Evac 19698, and Rad Pilot Randy. Yeah, they're all coasters now. Yeah. They soon won't be good for anything, will they? Come on. It's hard to chase that football to stop it bouncing. I'll post the Chocolate Snitter recipe in the food section on Tuto Murphy's Discord in a wee bit. Life hack coffee coasters. Okay, 40 and 40, change tanks. Yeah, so Laura's she's marked the wall to put up my picture that I've got. So I've got some merch. So I've had the design that John E did. I've had it turned into a picture, which I'm gonna put up on my wall behind me. So I'm so pleased with it. Yeah, God knows what he's doing with those sextants. Yeah, my barometers are pretty good at the moment. They don't seem to be doing very much. Sorry about the yappy dog. It is across the road, but it is just like... Great work, artwork. There's only one. The sharks. Well, we haven't seen the sharks, have we? I mean, we've been very lucky. Did anyone pack their rubber arm? The flotation wings? Because I don't know if I packed mine. Armbands or whatever they're called. Got sandwiches, so we can throw those to the sharks if they get near us. Stop it, Fred, I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, there he is. You can hear that bloody dog. I'm sure he's very sweet and everything, but oh my god. Don't have yap. Bloaties. Yeah. I absolutely can swim, but I have the aquadynamics of a brick. Yeah, that works, Bork. Teenagers. Look at those towering clouds ahead, though. Fabulous. That'll work, Tarnish. That will absolutely work. So 46 minutes till we're getting in range of the airport. Been 9 months since the sim came out and it still blows you away. I know, right? It frustrates us at times. Absolutely frustrates us. And I'm sure it will probably go horribly wrong again for me today at some point. like Colonel Falk says. But if I have expectations it'll all be fine, then I will get disappointed. So if I think it will crash on me at some point, I won't be too bad. Yeah, exactly, Amelia. It is what it is. Sky Command, hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Very good, my friend. How are you? We are doing very, very well. I'm extremely tired, but we are about 45 minutes from our first landing, which is down in Akyab, Sitwe in Burma. I wish I could do my shout-outs, but my shout-outs don't appear to be working. Naughty bot. Yeah, you'll need it fastened because it's a bit bumpy. Oh, nice, Brian. If you need any help with it, let me know. Yeah, very bumpy. So the landing in Akyab's going to be fun. No, I'm AP at the moment. I will hand fly it in though. Amelia used Sperry, her auto gyro pilot, a lot because she used to write her diaries. Annalisa, hello! How you doing? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so there were some big things going on stream today, so not everything's worked. So how weird, huh? It should have done announces, but it didn't. So once we land and refuel at Akyab, we will be taking off, and shortly after taking off we are going into monsoon, so we're not going to have very much to see other than absolutely torrential rain for nearly 2 hours, I'm afraid, but we're going to try and experience what she did. So she left Calcutta on this leg of the journey to try and avoid monsoons, because the airport had been sodden overnight by a very minor downpour, and they were worried that they were going to get bogged in. So it's going to be pretty horrible. Take care, Ebac. We will see you soon. Take care. Yeah, it's going to be pretty horrible. I mean, it's pretty bouncy now. So God help me when I get into the runway. Yeah, she's pretty bouncy. Yeah, so before we take off, we'll make sure, because the temp, it's not going to be cold. I mean, it's very humid. So we shouldn't have any ice. And we're going to be flying around 3,500 feet. The clouds shouldn't be below us. It should just be torrential rain. I mean, basically, she likened it to being in a submarine. That's how rainy it was. I can't make it do that rain solidly because it just doesn't. But we will have periods of absolute zero visibility with absolutely pouring rain. So we just have to live with what I can make the sim do. Yeah, it will be. But by the time they get back to Akyab, it cleared up again. So, and then on Monday evening at 5:30, I'm going to do an additional stream, which will take us from Akyab to Rangoon in preparation for the flight next Saturday that will take us all the way to Singapore from Burma. So that's going to be a good one. And then we're going to sort of zigzag around Java for the next couple of weeks. And then it's Java to Australia. And then from Australia to Lae, which is quite a long leg. And then the big one. The one she disappeared on. So we're not far away from the big one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Cool. Great, Brian. Thank you. We'll be done and dusted before Murph goes live, so. I know it's blue everywhere we look, but isn't it pretty? Uh, 100%. I'd jump at it in a heartbeat, Captain Arash. As I say, I've reached out to several people who have actually made the Electra in other flight sims and asked them if they'd be willing to do one. And I would jump at it in a heartbeat. Sun coming through the clouds, the little eye of blue sky, the golden rivulets over there, slightly pink, peachy. Look at that. Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, you can be Fred, Captain Arash. We could even do shared. We could do shared cockpit. Could do shared cockpit. And that could be fun, couldn't it? Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah. I mean, Fred was very, very good, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Again, lots of theories about Fred. Captain Fred Ash. Amelia Son and Captain Amelia Son and Fred Ash. That'd be fun. Wouldn't it be good? Yeah, duo flying. Fanny D, hello, welcome, thank you. Thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. Welcome to the madness of flying around the world like Amelia did in 1937. Although we're doing it in a Mooney, it's not quite the same, but a Mooney did fly in 2017 on the 80th anniversary of her flight. So we're trying to do it in the same sort of weather that we can within the limits of the sim. Obviously, I don't have 1,151 gallons of fuel in this one, nor do I have 200 gallons. But I will have to be able to use 200 gallons on this flight, but I won't use any more. Fanny D, thank you for the follow. Oh, and thank you for the follow, Keela Zebra. Thank you, welcome. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. The sun's coming out here in Newcastle, so I'm going to be blinded at some point as I come into land. It's getting a bit ropey when we come in. It shouldn't be ropey, but the weather's not doing quite what it was meant to when I set it up, but hey ho, that's the fun of the game, right? We are about 34 minutes out until we get to Akyab, which is now Sitwe in Burma. The airport elevation is 39 feet. So as we get closer, we'll come down to around 1,600 feet, which is the normal approach elevation. And then we'll just fly straight in runway 11. We will refuel, and then we will head off down to towards Rangoon, which is now Yangon. But we will not get there today. We will be driven back by monsoons. So I am trying to recreate this flight as she experienced it. So if she got to somewhere, she got there. If she didn't, we will turn back. And this is one of those days where she actually did her second only refuel stop on the journey, and the first time she was beaten back by weather. And then on Monday night, we'll have similarly awful weather until we get to Yangon, and then it'll be a bit like this. And then on Saturday, we'll fly from Yangon all the way down to Singapore. Shared a cockpit once, scared the other guy to death in the Grand Plan. I saw a fantastic T-shirt that I'd love, which is, it says, "I'm a pilot." Scary, isn't it? I don't know, Draco. I've even turned off all my FPS bars and everything. Oh, try to press the button and see. I can't really tell. It's not really telling me. I've tried to turn everything off. So 36 and 40, 1 gallon till change tanks. So a little bit early, Streamlabs, but thank you, I appreciate it. Rad Pallet Randy, and it was a little bit low when we left Calcutta. I thought that it wasn't quite as smooth as it had been like yesterday. Danis G, hello. How are you doing? You having a good afternoon? Welcome along. We about 32 minutes and a bit. So 32 minutes until we sort of approach. Yeah, I've not had that one though, Brian. I don't have it in my update system. I wonder if it was a Windows... What went click in my cockpit? Because I didn't press anything then. I've not seen that update. I've had the one you had with it, but not the bigger one, but not the little one. Had you updated your chipset drivers at all, Brian? Because I updated mine a few weeks back. So, Danny, I'm trying to encourage more ladies to fly. I'm hoping Annalisa will join us at some point, and Katie and Mrs. Two-Tone. I think we absolutely need a ladies' air arm. in the sim. We've got great pilots like Pilot Emily, Katie Pilot, and so on. B Mint. Yeah. I'm a mere amateur in comparison to those. I have flown GA aircraft in real life, but nothing more than GA and nothing more than recreationally. Mainly Cessnas. Cessna. I learnt to fly in a Cessna 152. Used 172s and the odd Piper. But that was it. That's my experience of aircraft. So, if I could have the opportunity to fly a Mooney, I definitely would. I'd love to see how this flies in real life. I am not night rated. I am not multi-engine rated. So when people come and say, "Do you like airliners?" Well, I like flying in them, and I'd love to sit in one of the spare seats on the deck and watch everything. But no, I'm one of those people that sort of goes through life and can do things when they've experienced them. I do quite find the airliners a little bit intimidating. If you understand what I mean. Did you see oh god, yeah, yes, I did. I absolutely loved the pilot's expression when he clocked, because he was obviously talking to the lady, and then he clocked it, and the view on his face was just incredible. But oh my word, but I mean, he got it down safely, and the cat was okay. Gordon Bennett. Obviously, check your aircraft that there's not a cat inside your wings. And it's good that the wings had some hollow. Me and myself started at a PA28 IFR and a BE36A and multi-engine B30. Did my multi-crew course on an A10. Oh, nice. Oh, well done, Fanny. That's really lovely. Oh, I started flying too late. My biggest regret in life is not learning to fly when I was younger. The thing is that it's really expensive. I wasn't, didn't come from a family with money. No, it's the one that as they were taking off, Annalisa, the aircraft, the cat sort of crawls out from inside the air and is basically sort of holding on to the edge of the inside of the microlight, and then they have to bring it in and land it with the cat sort of clinging on for dear life inside the wing, just above their heads. But yeah, if you're younger and get the opportunity to fly change tanks, absolutely take the chance. Yeah. Even if it's just a trial flight, it's so different being up in the front. And today we're not getting I can see the aircraft moving in 2D in front of me, but I'm not getting that 3D sensation that you get in the seat of your pants when the aircraft's rocking around in the wind. Oh, thank you for following Mort75. I hope you're having a great weekend, and thanks for joining us. We're about 27 minutes out from Akyab, where I'm probably going to do a most disastrous landing in this wind. Oh, you've got 46 FPS. I'm so happy to know the cat was okay. I saw a version of the video and it didn't show the end of the flight. Oh no, the guy comes around and takes the cat out. So poor little dear, look it in the eye. It was the absolute perfect double take that the guy, he was like, and his eyes were just like, what the heck? Band name of the day, Rockin' in the Wind. Yeah, it's going to be a fun landing. But hey ho, can't be any worse than all my controls dying in me on that other one. I must chase up my rudder pedals. I do not know where they've gone. They've disappeared. When I say they've disappeared, I don't know if they got into stock, but they did say that they were going to be like 3 to 5 days. And it's like, no, I haven't had anything, so I'll phone them tomorrow. We're all flying along the biggest lump of black cloud. The TPR, Thrustmaster TPRs. I had a version of them. I had some, but they kept turning off. So I wasn't quite sure whether it was the actual items themselves or it was my motherboard, because I've got one of the AMD X570s, and they had a problem with USBs, but all of my other USB devices had not had a problem. But there was a couple of flights when I was flying with them, and literally I had no brakes, no rudders for landing. I mean, I landed. But it was tricksy. And then on the second week where I tried it, just in case it was a one-off, they went several times. They crashed the sim, managed to reload in, refly, and coming into land, they went. And just as I went to flare at the over the threshold, all of my USB devices just went, nah. So I went straight onto the runway. Not pretty. I mean, luckily I was low enough, but it would have ruined the front of the aircraft. BKBT rudder pedals recently. Been very pleased with them, but no toe brakes. Yeah, I mean, the toe brakes, I'm so used to using... oh, there's my wingman. That was a day of landing, all right. Yeah, it was like... I was so disappointed. I was heartbroken that it was such a rubbish landing. There's nothing I could have done about it. And especially as it was like... after 8 hours of flying, it was like... ah. I'm not going to do that again. It's like... We would have walked away from it, but it wouldn't have been pretty. Yeah, Draco, it does bring out the most strange things at times, which is the frustrating part, right? Because when it works, and it's fabulous. You know, it's beautiful. You can multiplayer, fly with your friends, you know, have a laugh, have a crack, explore the world that, you know, out of the box you can't do in other sims without spending a lot to make it right. So right now I'm doing as much vanilla as I can. The only non-vanilla thing I've done is my skin. My livery, which is based on the Electra. Thanks, Brian. Okay, 39 on the left, 35 on the right. We are 22.32. No worries, Annalisa. If you ever want to get thrown or burst on the forums and say, I don't have any of these issues or anything. But the thing is, I don't have the issues with other games. I can play for hours and hours and hours and hours in VR. Nothing. Not in Microsoft Flight Sim, but in other games. I know they're not quite as graphically intense, but you know, this machine gets like, I play Final Fantasy 14 and it's on Ultra. Yes, it's not the same types of graphics as this, but I get 175 frames per second in that game on Ultra, even in group battles. So, but there are days that you can fly and fly and fly and fly and fly, nothing, no problems whatsoever. And then, you know, not this week, but last week when I flew with Murph, I had 3 CTDs in the first 30 minutes. And then I flew over on a different server Nothing. Last night, flew with Murph on the same server. No problem at all. Still about 50 odd people on the... So, is it where we were? Because I noticed that a lot of people tend to say they're flying in Europe. Is it Europe? But we were in America, weren't we? I've played DayZ for the last 5 years. These few CTs and then... Oh, right, is it like that? I mean, I've been playing Outriders and that's pretty awful in terms of stability. But I know it's not my system. I mean, you know... I'm sure something will go wrong today. But hopefully not. And indeed, we flew... Yeah, we did. It's a good game for us, Bork, isn't it? I mean, you know, we're just running around as a group of 3 people shooting people in the face, which is fun. Well, I'd imagine it's all of the airports and stuff, Draco. So they aren't streamed to us. So, you know, obviously when you have to update the game, you have to update all the airports, don't you? Because they're all in the game in the official folder. So not everything is streamed in. Oi, oi, oi. So 51.6 nautical. 18.55. Then we'll line up and try and land on the runway. You got a little bit airsick looking at the screen. It's I think this might be a bit rough in VR, wouldn't it? Just keep your eye on the horizon, Annalisa. Just on the horizon. Vomit rocket, yeah. The vomit comet. It's definitely bouncy. So the airport that we're going in, Sitway or Akyab, Victor Yankee Sierra Whiskey, 7,500 feet or 2,286 meters, elevation 39 feet, 32 feet at the end of 11. 11 is 105 degrees magnetic. Width is about 151 feet, 46 meters wide. And I think that is definitely land we're seeing now, so there's Burma ahoy. Is Catbat on? No, he's not. Where is Mr. Legend himself? I used to get ill in VR with stutters and such, but last night I was in VR, no stutters for 2 hours, no problem. There were some big updates recently, Dennis, to Windows Mixed Reality Portal and to OpenXR, where basically it can the motion reproduction comes down to around about 22.5 frames per second, and it becomes quite stable. So perhaps it's a bit of that. So rather than sort of having 30 onwards being quite good, the actual 22.5 sort of reprojection could be helping. Murphy is off today. He is, yes, he is. Murphy's is out and about, I believe, this weekend with family, getting a well-earned break. So I hope he does stay away from his computers and his phones. I bet he is suffering, right? I bet his head is absolutely banging. Absolutely, Dennis. I might have a fly in VR later on. I haven't had a fly in VR for a while. Step away from the wiggage and the sippages. He drank a lot yesterday. Yeah. I saw the crash. I saw him read out someone's rude name as well. I did crash myself into a pillow shortly after. Oh, this is going to be a bumpy landing. I haven't done any I've never done formation flying, but one day I will. I'll have a go. That clip, right? Too drunk, Murphy. Very much so. Okay, so we're about 14 minutes out. No, he's crashed several times in New Zealand. But, mountain flying is, there's, special training for mountain flying, especially in VR. You get in a canyon that's narrow, high, and everything. Runway 11, Brian. Runway 11. Straight in. It's 105 degrees, so so we're doing a pretty good. It's not going to be too difficult to come in. The wind's going to make it ropey, but the rest should be a relatively straight in. I've got an SDK update pending. Is it best to update? Don't know. The people to ask about the SDK updates and everything is probably people like Captain Butters and Jefferson who do work in the scenery, or Epic Fool. I tend not to touch dev mode deliberately. Those Murph in a hot tub, jeepers. Tato Murphy crashing into a crisp truck. Scenery. Look at. It's a bouncy. This is going to be fun. I hope I don't lash this up. About 40 miles out. Saw on up more, did it, Murphy in the ground. I was like, you're not getting out of that. You're not getting out of that. That's a dead end right there. No amounts of turnage was going to save you. Thing with flying in valleys and everything. If you're not familiar, and you've not done your research, you get up the wrong one, screwed.